This is what's pissing me off today. I'm Bob Pritchard. Well, as we move into the second year of the dispute that's happening between Israel and Gaza, and with Donald Trump at the helm controlling the peace negotiations, as you can envision, there's not a whole lot going on right now. However, I would think that somewhere something's going to happen. I don't know what the driving force behind it's going to be, but I do strongly suspect that the Donald has his eyes on a Mar-a-Lago-style resort in Gaza, right on the ocean, lots of great property, probably put a couple of 18-hole golf courses in and just make a really decent, place to go to. Of course, nobody who's in the current conflict sees it that way, but hey, this is the Donald we're talking about. Anyway, at the end of the equation in realistic terms, I'm not quite sure how all this turns out. So let's say they do come to some sort of a peace accord in the Middle East. Doubt very much whether that will happen for any period of time, but hey, look that's what we're all talking about at this stage. So how do you think that's going to work? Israel has successfully converted Gaza into a pile of rubble, and at the moment those actions continue with no sign of anything letting up until we get to some sort of a peace agreement. They now estimate the total cost to rebuild Gaza will be something in the scope of $52 billion US. If you've got a little extra coin on your credit card, you might want to contribute to the whole process and help them get things going. Of course, I'm not sure why they'd bother rebuilding it, because at the end of the equation, eventually they're going to start shooting each other again, and when that happens, things they built will be blown up again. And that's the cycle that exists in the Middle East. I personally don't get it. It doesn't seem to make any sense to me that you're going to spend your entire life working out how to kill the other guy or blow their stuff up, and that just continues on and on and on. And who's right, who's wrong, who knows? I know Israel is seen as an intruder in the Middle East because they only got into the game in, 1947 or 48? So the bottom line on it is that a lot of people who have been living in Gaza see that as their home, not anybody else's. And of course, that's the fundamental stumbling block in this entire equation. And that's what's pissing me off today. I'm Bob Pritchard.